Assalamu alaikum guys, I am ARK. In this video we will be studying about membership operators and identity operators. So let's talk about membership operators first. As we have sequences of data like list, tuples, arrays, queues in Python, as we can use sequences of data in programming, we may also encounter read, where we have to check whether a particular value is present on a particular sequence or not. So for that purpose, we use membership operators. Membership operators basically checks whether a value is present in a particular sequence or not. Let's see this practically and let's see how membership operators actually work. Let's get started. We will just understand the basic working of membership operators in this video. We will also see practical applications of all the complex operators in separate videos, but we are not going to do it in this video. So we have two operators, in and not in. We'll use them. Let's just first create a sequence. So I'll create list equals to some 10, 20, 14, 50, okay. We have a sequence named as list. Actually this is a list. Okay, to avoid confusion, let's change its name to L. So we have a variable L in which we have stored a list with 10, 20, 14, 50 ARK and SM as its members. Let's create two variables where A equals to 10, which is present in list, and B equals to 200, which is not present in list. And let's create a string ARK. And let's create another string which is not present in list, like Ayan. Just for an example. So we have already seen the basic working of if. So we are telling if A in list, our list, that is L, then print present, and we will write an else statement where we will see not present. Let's run it. So as you can see, we have A equals to 10 and 10 is present in the list or our sequence of data. So we are getting present over here, and let's change this to B. So we have told Python by this that if B is present in L, then print present, else means if it is not, then print not present. So this time we are checking B, and B's value is 200. Let's run the code, and you can see we are getting not present as 200 is not present in our L. If we just do 200 by 10 and then run it, it will say present because now the value of B is 10 and we have 10 over here. Let's check it for C and let's see if it works for strings or not. So it says present, that means it works for strings. Let's see if it is case sensitive. We have ARK, but this time in small. Yeah, so it is case sensitive. We have to make sure that we are writing in the same case we have here, that is capital, the uppercase or lowercase, and we will get not present for Ayan. I hope you have understood it. Now let's go to not in operator. Let's copy the same thing. We'll just switch it. We'll cut it from here, paste it here. So this time we are telling check if C is not present in L, and if it is not present in L, print this statement, that is not present, else print this. That means if it is present, then print this. So let's see. So we are getting present as it is present in, as ARK is present in list. If block is getting ignored and else block is getting printed. Let's check it for D this time. Let's run it and see. So we're getting not present and not present. As D is not present in list, this block is getting printed. We'll write in. I hope membership operators were clear. We will see practical applications in some other video, but I hope the basic working is clear for you all. And if you have any doubt, you can ask in comment section. I'll try to cover in further videos. So let's now head towards identity operators. Before understanding identity operators, we must know some basic things. That is the structure of our memory locations. So these are the memory locations. These are the representation of memory locations in our computer. Like we know, variables are named memory locations in which we stored some value like 10. So this memory location will have a name as A and it will store a value as 10. And to identify, to call this memory location, to use this memory location, we need an address or an ID of a memory location, that is this one. Each memory location is assigned with a unique address which we use to call or which we use to use this memory location. Actually, we don't use it, computer uses it. Aside from address, it is also called identity of a memory location. These identity operators operate on this identity of a memory location. Let's see how they do that. And I just want to specify that ID and address are the same things. Just ID is the decimal form of an address. That means address is specified in hexadecimal number system. Let's make a variable like A equals to 10 and B also equals to 10. And let's check their ID. Print ID of A, comma ID of B. So these are the IDs. You can see IDs are exactly the same. So we will not use if else here. We will use boolean. So let's make another variable C of bool. I should have not added these brackets. So bool of A is B. So what this method does is, bool means boolean. That means boolean means 0 or 1, true or false. We specify a condition in these brackets. So what bool method does is, it will check whether the condition is true or false. If it is true, it will return true, and if it is false, it will return false. We will just print C. So if A is B, that means if ID of A is equals to ID of B, then this bool method will return true, and if it is not, this bool method will return false. Let's run it and see. So as you can see, IDs are same, that is why it's printed true. This is not same as double equal operator. Some of you might wonder that we have double equal operator to check the equalities, then why are we using is operator? Double equal operator is used to check the values of the variable. That means 10 is the value of this variable and 10 is the value of this variable. So double equal operator operates on the values of the variables, and is operator operates on IDs of the variable. Let's convert it into list.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message. Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
Now as you can see, A and B have a list with a single member, that is 10. Both the values of A and B are same, but we'll see what about IDs. So you can see when we use list, Though both the values are same, both the values of the variables are same, but IDs get changed. You can see here is 126 and here is 624. I'll not read whole ID. So our bool method will return false as the IDs are changed. Hope you have understood the working of is operator. Oh, I am sorry, I wrote it here. I should have wrote this here. And now let's use is not operator. Is not operator, as the name suggests, it will return true if the ID of A is not equals to the ID of B. Let's run the code and you can see it is returning true because the IDs are different, 427 and 920, whatever. Let's just print hexadecimal value of A and get the address of A just to avoid confusion. Let's make a variable AT and let's add hex of ID of A and let's print address. So you can see this is the address of A and this is ID of A. You can refer to hexadecimal number system as a number system which uses alphabets with it. This is informal definition. This is not the actual definition. I am just specifying it for beginners. We will study number system in a great detail in some future video whenever the time comes. I hope you have understood the identity operators is and is not. If you have any doubt, you can feel free to ask in comments. I will definitely reply your comment, and if you don't understand, then I will definitely try to clear in my next further videos. So that is it for the video, guys. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, don't forget to share it with your friends and don't forget to like the video and stay tuned with me for further videos like this. See you in the next one.